Second Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker with age, shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And I got two clips that I'm gonna show. One of what's going on over there in Mexico City, where they're completely tearing that place up, man. They fighting with the police. The police fighting with them. They banging each other up. You know, this is the seditions that the end times would bring. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, where people are not going to give a damn, about anything anymore because they feel like they have nothing to lose. They don't care if you're in power. They don't care what status you have in the office, the Oval Office, or whatever government, position you hold. They don't care about that. They don't give a damn. We're living in that time where nobody gives a damn, man. And these things are going to be more frequent, and it's going to get more violent, like I've said in videos in the past. So, I read that. Let's read it again. This second Ezra 14 and verse number 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Yeah. So these right here, these are the beginning of evils, man. The evils are going to get even worse. Right? Well, you're going to see dead bodies laid out. Right? Non-responsive. It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker with age. You see the morality decreasing. You see the infrastructure decreasing. You see the system losing its grip. You see all of these things. Right? It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker with age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. And all the people that are here on the earth, man, like we talk about Babylon and what's going to come there, but the Lord's judgment is going to be, extended throughout the whole earth, man, all four corners. So everybody's going to be, catching hell, and everybody's going to be in sorrow, in a sorrowful state, man. Everybody. So let's play this. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, the elect be edified. Shalom. And mind you, this is in Mexico City where, so-called Mexicans are Israelites from the tribe of Issachar of the nation of Israel. Right? You don't have to believe it, whatever. Because you'll have Salaki, you'll have brothers say, oh, well, those ain't our people. They got their own country. They got their own money. They got their, they got their own setup. Do it look like they got their own setup? Or do it look like they're being oppressed in a country where they were let off at? Right? Mexico is ran by the so-called, the small hat, man. The same way America is ran by the small hats. So-called Mexicans are being oppressed the same way the so-called Negroes and the rest of the Latinos is oppressed here. You know, people always say, oh, they hate us, they racist against us. Well, you niggas, you hate each other too. The tribe split. I mean, the kingdom split, man. The northern and southern kingdom, they split, man. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we coming back together, man. You're still gonna have, you know, Jake in the world. When I say Jake, I mean Jacob, 12 tribes. You're gonna still have Jake in the world that don't get along, man. But the Most High is gonna bring together the elect. That's who the Lord is gonna bring together, man. Because that's the only people the Lord is concerned with on this side, the elect.
Por favor, ayúdame. Ángel, por favor, me están llevando. Yo ni siquiera estaba haciendo nada. Solo estaba pasando. Por favor. No voy a ir. Por favor, no, mijo. Por favor, no. Me acaban de partir mi madre, por favor. Por favor. No, jefe. Me acaban de partir mi madre. No, jefe. Déjame irme por acá ya. Eso, por favor. No está de no está en pancarta. Vamos, por favor. No dice nada. Vean cómo voy. Esto es Morena. Esto es Morena. Esto es Morena. Vamos, nosotros vamos bien. ¿Estamos lastimando? ¡Fútbol! Nadie le está pegando, tú estás a un lugar más seguro, te van a respaldar. Por favor, y se van a llevar
You got Issachar tired of the oppression too, man. Right? The only ones, well, you got so-called Negroes that's tired of the oppression over here in America. Right? Our people are being oppressed wherever they at, man. Right? Our people are being oppressed. And we living in a time of the uproars, man. The sedition among men. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And how do we measure the time? Through prophecy. Right? Uproars of the people, seditions among men. That is part of prophecy, man. It says, And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So this is the Lord visiting the earth. The Lord's spirit is in the earth, man. It's an uprising spirit. It's a seditious spirit, man. Right? Because we at the end of the so-called white man, Esau, Edom's rulership, man, his kingdom. And you seeing it. You seeing it in real time. If you decide that you don't want to, see it and you want to deny it, that's on you. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, man. So I did a video, I think about a month back, maybe 2, where I was showing you the uproars of the people in different countries, man. Right? Europe, France, Russia, Ukraine, Nepal, you had some in I did another one in Mexico. Yeah, so this thing is still going on, man, and it ain't gonna stop. It's not gonna stop, man. It says, verse 5, verse 3. Salakia, verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and and the end is manifest, and we in the end. This ain't the beginning. This is the beginning of sorrows, but this is the end of this kingdom, man. Right? And you can't deny it, man. Sooner or later, you people in the world are going to have to chug it up and quit with your pride and say that the Israelites were right. Because we're not coming in the name of what we think. We're not coming with words of our thoughts, man. We're coming with the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And the Lord said, none of his words were going to return unto him void, man. Everything that the Lord said was going to happen is going to happen. Everything, man. From the exposure of the elites, the exposure of these devils, right? The wickedness of these devils, the wickedness of our people, the wickedness and of the other nations, the hell that the Lord is going to put on the earth, all of it's coming to fruition, man. Everything. And me personally, I got a lot of love for Issachar, man. Issachar, they are, hateful, and a lot of them are damn racist toward so-called Negroes, but overall as a people, man, they stick together, right? They work hard, they pretty much stay to themselves. But that's pretty much how all the tribes are in this state and time. But soon The Lord is going to, you know, and he's doing it already. He's breaking the breaches thereof. The Lord is putting back the house of David, man. And the house of David is going to, you know, have all the tribes in it, right? The elect. So, you know, it's coming, man. This devil can't stop it. The tribes are going to recognize that they are the same people. We in that time, man. And this is a beautiful time to be in, right? This is a beautiful time to be in, man. And the devil is mad, man. These devils are mad, man. Right? This is why they get every chance they get, they want to scrutinize the Bible. They want to tell you that it's off, and they want to tell you there's no proof, you know, that we descend from Jacob and this and that. So who are we, man? Everybody descend from somebody. So who do we descend? Who do so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans descend from, man? And why are we the only people catching the most hell here in America? And not just America, but throughout the four corners of the earth. You know? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, man. Right? And that time is coming. These protests and these seditions and uproars going to get more violent, like I always say. It says, for there shall be sedition among men. This is what you see, which is a violent uprising against the powers that be. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? They taking matters into their own hands. They saying we're being shortchanged. They're taking our livelihoods. What are we gonna do? And this is the result of what they're doing. It says, a man shall have Salakia. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Yeah, because they looking to lock down things, man. Lock down the city like they did during the, you know, the pandemic and all that. You know how the cities was locked down and things wasn't open and people were losing their goddamn minds. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see, when I did the video in Nepal, they went up in the royal house out there in Nepal, man. And all this was over, you know, the unrighteous laws that was passed, and it was a governor, a government official, or somebody that was killed out there. So they want some justice. You know, it's just a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on.
Ten cuidado a los policías, esos putos dicen si ven que estás grabando. ¡Puto asalariado! Si ves que están deteniendo algo, grábalo de volada y fíjate que te puede dar uno para que no grabes. ¡Puto asalariado! Vamos.
So you've seen it, man. You've seen it. So on this side, you got, you know, you see what the tribes is doing. So in this clip, you got the devil showing his horn. Salakia. You got the devil showing his horns, and this is all a psyop that you ask me, because now, this devil is coming at the the Muslim community and all that, and now the Muslims are raising up and this and that. I was riding a bike yesterday, and I came across this mosque, and they had this damn bullhorn speaking and all that, and that damn Arabic. It was just annoying, man. Honestly, it was annoying. But something is gonna break out in this country before I say it through the spirit. Before this year is out, this so-called 2025 is out, man. I believe something gonna break off. Something gonna break out, something gonna break off, man. But we'll see. We'll see, man. Check this out.
Send ICE into Dearborn. These people have overstayed their visas. They're H-1B chain migration invaders, and they have come to this country to destroy our way of life. We don't want you in our country. We will come and eat your shawarma in Somalia, okay? We don't need it here in Michigan. We don't need it in any part of America. We have a right to self-determination. Our founding fathers fought and died for our posterity, for white Americans. Amen. And we're being driven out. You come here and you marry 4 or 5 women and you outbreed us. You change the laws. You make all of our country look like the places that you fled from. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. You are nothing, you can build nothing, just like President Trump's great American friends have said. You guys are not us, and get the fuck out. America first, America only. God bless America. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
All hell breaking loose, man. Because this devil, he's showing you how he feel about you, man. We don't give a damn. Honestly, we don't give a damn about them Muslims, man. Right? We ain't coming in the name of Allah, man. We come in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the one and only true power, man. Right? Everybody in the uproar, because the devil is saying what was always on his mind, man. This devil never liked nobody, man. The devil don't even like himself. You see MAGA, they divided, right? So these devils, man, they just looking to, put hell on the earth, man. Because this is what makes them comfortable. The scriptures say they can't sleep unless they cause something to fall. And this dude, you ask me, he got set up, man, to do this. He got off a bus. He got set up to do this, you ask me, man. But it's still gonna bring a response. Still going to bring a response.
Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
Goodness. So I'm sure many of you guys are aware of the recent protests that took place in Dearborn, Michigan. Okay, you had a bunch of white Christian men, and they were fighting against, the forces of evil, against the forces of Islam that have been, I guess, infiltrating the country. And it was led by this white Christian male, Jake Lang. And he's out there, he's doing things such as, slapping bacon on the Quran. It got to a point where he was threatening to burn the Quran until someone took it from him. He was holding up the cross. There's a video of him holding up the cross right in front of his banner. And he was moving with the banner and saying, hey, we are being taken over. We are being conquered by Islam. This is what's going on. We've got to stand up and fight. Christians, we got to stand and fight. And it was very interesting. All of this, it was maybe about 50 white dudes, but a little less than their tiki torches protest. But fascinating behavior. I must admit, fascinating. I was like, okay, oh wow, okay, wow, all these people, Christian men, yeah. Then there was just a teeny, tiny, weensy problem. And that is Jake Lang is not a Christian. That's correct. Jake Lang is bruh. When I found this out, my brain exploded. I'm like, wait, what? wait, what?
And all of these devils, they claim to be Christians, man, but they'll do evil and put you to death, all in the name of Christianity, man. And our people hold on to that, right? Christianity is a demon, man. That got a lot of our people, deceived, and Christianity is done, man. It's weak, and the whole world sees it, man, because Christianity has a lot of hypocrisy in it.
What? Oh yeah. We got video of this man kissing the wall. He's got the box on his head and everything because it contains, for those who know, I believe it contains like the scriptures or whatnot, or certain scriptures. But yeah, he's all wrapped out, kissing the wall, Jewish, yeah, all this. And it's like, that's interesting. Then we come to find out that his sister is actively in the Israeli Air Force. So then it was like, riddle me this, Batman. Why would an ethnically Jewish man go out and start LARPing as a Christian while doing all of this obvious disrespect towards Islam,
You see the deception, right, of this devil. This devil is the master deceiver.
Muslims. That is fascinating. I don't know why. You tell me why. Because the only thing I can think of is divide and conquer, right? Because that seems very much like some COINTELPRO. We're on the cusp of getting the Epstein files. People are resigning. That's how bad it is.
Some of you will have seen my statement of regret, expressing my shame with respect to what I did in communication with Mr. Epstein, and that I've said that I'm going to step back from public activities for a time, but I think it's very important to fulfill my teaching obligations. And so, with your permission, we're going to go forward and talk about the material in the class.
And we're on the cusp of getting the Epstein files. Everyone's talking about, hey, maybe, Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about, I think, that AIPAC should register.
And, I think organizations like AIPAC and Christians United for Israel should register under the law. It's foreign.
All this is a very interesting conversations that are coming about. And sure enough, you have this man trying to LARP as a Christian, because what he was trying to do was to cause an uproar. He was trying to agitate Muslims. That's what he was trying to do. And, by doing, smacking bacon with the Quran, like, what are we doing here, right?
And they really don't really want that. See, because them Muslims, man, they'll die in the name for Allah, man. Right? It tells you that Ishmael is a wild man. And Esau, man, he's hella proud. So here it is, you got a small hat that came in the form of a Christian to get Muslims riled up while bombing and committing mass genocide over there in Gaza. But over here, he's just provoking Muslims here in America, man. So this devil is, this is why the scriptures tell you that everybody's going to come against this devil, man. He's going to be as the chase row.
What are we doing? Because it's very interesting. Had anything gone down, I would argue that many people would see that as just.
Yeah, man. So let's put him up there. Here it is. You got this devil right here. Get a better picture of him. He has the cross. Like, this is a joke to him. This is the man that the Lord said was the wicked. Well, this is going to be my last one. We're going to close out. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Let me get it. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that falling away was the Israelites fell, from power, fell from rulership. And even in here in 2025, the Israelites have fell far away from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua through the Spirit. It says, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who you see on the screen, man. The man of sin. Jake Lang, right? Who's a small hat, right? Who they set up to do this, to bring out this psyop and to get things riled up. So the world is clearly seeing who's the problem, man. These devils are the problem. And they're about to be in a pitiful case and taken off the earth, man. So I'm going to leave it there. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, willing, the elect was Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the Spirit to do this lesson. To the next lesson. Shalom.